Hey guys, Mustang here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. So I'm a little bit behind. I haven't really dived headfirst into all of the new events that came out as I've been a little bit busy today. But I've already seen a few comments and questions asking about this Extreme Z event for the Goku and Gohan and Vegeta and Trunks cards and how you unlock it. I think the main reason why people are a bit confused is there are 3 story events that you have to fully complete in order to unlock it, but one of them is the one that they added new stages to today. So if you thought you'd already finished them all, so you can't understand why you can't see this event, it's because they added 4 new stages to one of them. So this is listed in the news, they're all listed here. This was the easiest way to show it on the wiki. Pretty much as always, if you ever have any doubts, go to the wiki because everything is hot linked. So you've got the 3 events. Obviously, the previous one that we got first, I believe, so you can get the counter Goku and the medals for awakening the STR Android 18 from the barbershop. These are really important because you actually need to have both of these units, but we'll talk about that more in a little bit. Then we had this event, the one that you actually get the Vegeta from. And then we have the newest one, which is the one that you get the Goku and Gohan from. I say newest, this is the one that they added the stages to. So we went all the way up to 5, I believe, before. And so stages 6 to 10 were added today. So you have to make sure you've done all of those extra stages on both difficulties. And that will then unlock, that's the other one, this will unlock this event in the challenge section. Now, one of the big things that I've seen people talking about already, and I must admit, I do think it is very strange. We've never seen restrictions quite like this before. So as you can see here, you can only challenge this event with these certain characters. So you've got the LR androids, AGL Super Vegeta, the obviously Goku Gohan card itself, the Yardrat Goku, the Int Super Vegeta, Int Perfect Cell, that's the Vegeta and Trunks card. There's the STR Gohan. He doesn't have his EZA yet, so I'm not using him. The Android 18, and then this is the farmable Cell that awakens from the old school Cell event. You can get first form Cell and he awakens into him. Then there's the 40% support second form Cell from the Tech Banner and the TN. I've actually never pulled either of those. And then that is the Strike Android 16, which I assume that's why the 16 Strike event is going to be on every day. A lot of people were very curious about that, to why it was only this one. But I guess that's why, is they're trying to make it so that all of the free-to-play cards that you have to use on this event are readily available. So obviously this guy would only be available on Wednesdays. This guy, obviously Cell's event is available every day. And then just to make things even worse, on top of that, the following need to be included on your team. So you have to use the Goku and Gohan, the Yardrat Goku, the Vegeta and Trunks, and the STR Android 18. So the Android 18 is maybe the only one that some people won't already have, as long as you farmed up all the free-to-play events. I believe she is only 200 of the green gems in the barbershop, which I know for most people like me, if you've been playing it for a while, green gems are kind of useless to me. So as soon as we saw that she was getting her awakening, I was able to pick up the 4 extra copies to rainbow her, because I just don't have anything to spend green gems on anymore. So I think I've got like 4,000 of them. And then the Imperfect Cell is the unit that the game gives you to use as a friend. I believe he is actually the only unit you can use. So let's bring him up here. His leader skill, he is the Extreme Z Awakened version, so his leader skill is all types key +2, HP attack and defense 50%. And that was the one thing I thought when looking at this list was very strange, as who to use as a leader, because most of these guys, apart from the LR androids, they're all types key +4, but obviously no stat boost. Pretty much everybody else is only a specific color type leader skill. So the EZA Perfect Cell is the ideal leader. In fact, he's probably really the only good leader. I imagine the LR androids, you might be able to do it, but they get no stat boost. So he is the guy that you want as your leader. If you don't have him, I imagine it will be a little bit more difficult. So I'm going to jump over to the in-game and just show you the event and the team that I've got, and we'll see how it goes. Right, so here we are in the game menu. As you can see, the event is here under the challenge tab. I have tried out both the stages just so I actually knew, well, I say both the stages, both the difficulty stages of the Goku one. The Vegeta and Trunks one is exactly the same. So since I actually do need more of those medals, we're going to jump into this one. So as I said, you can only use this guy. Obviously there's no filters on, he's the only one that shows up. But he has an all types leader skill, so it's not the worst. So what you want to do, here's the team that I'm using. Obviously you have to use these 4 units here, so your only real leeway is the other 2 slots. The easiest way for you to see all of the units that you can use for this is just filter by Android Cell Saga, because that is the category. They are all in that, so that will show you the list here. Look at all these units we can't use. So I guess maybe the LR androids would be decent to bring. But anyway, I decided to bring the Int Super Vegeta because he is an insanely good unit. Mine is at 90%. He obviously has type advantage for the Gohan one. Maybe when I switch over to the Vegeta Trunks one, I'll switch him out for the androids because they'll have type advantage. But yeah, so obviously Perfect Cell is the best leader. I am fortunate enough to have him and Rainbowed as well. So I'll jump in and show you what the event looks like. It's very strange that they're doing this for these free-to-play EZA units, because obviously they've never done this before. So the different types of medals are located actually on the map themselves. So it was under the event description on the wiki. All the medals are available. You can get the bronze ones and the silver ones from stage 1, and then the gold ones and the rainbow ones from stage 2. So going left and getting the bronze ones gave me enough to do the first EZA Awakening, but then you still need a set more to do the second one. So we're going to go that way, pick those up, and then that should give us enough to do the second one. And then we will go in here. So we fight Goku on stage 1, and then on the second stage you fight the exchanged version, the Super Saiyan Gohan. So I'm not going to show both stages since they are basically exactly the same. Oh, we can actually get a super attack with Cell. Perfect. So we'll do this, and then we might as well get a... Actually, we don't need to get a super attack with them. Let's get a super attack with... 18, since she lowers attack. So the good thing about using 18 on this team, and again why Cell is such a good leader, is her passive. She gets an 18% attack and defense boost per android category ally, up to a maximum of 54%, and that passive includes herself. So the up to 54%, it only applies to 3 units, and obviously, like I say, that includes herself. So the Cell leader and Cell friend will count as the other 2, so she does actually get her maximum bonus, which is why I chose to put her in that final slot, as well as the fact that she lowers attack as well. So as you can see here, I went on that left path, and there are the bronze medals. We actually did basically one-shot that event, so I will jump into the super stage and show you it as well. So again, only Cell, bring the same team, and there is the Super Saiyan Gohan. So I believe I went right first time just to get the gold. I guess maybe because always drawn in by that allure of gold medals, but obviously you need to do all of them probably a couple of times. But I'm not sure what drops from the boss, because I've only gotten training items so far, and I've seen a few people comment that the drop rate is bad. So that does make me wonder if maybe the beating the boss is the only way you get the rainbow medals. But let's see. So let's do this. We obviously want the Vegeta in the first slot, and we do want him to super attack. Yeah, no, so that's the only downside with using the Cell, is the fact that he does only give 2 ki with his leader skill. But fortunately, the Super Vegeta, very powerful unit, and we do have type advantage here. So, but as you can see, the Gohan actually does have a reasonable amount of health. So this additional super, very, very good for us here. And a crit as well. Okay, yeah, so we just take him out. Good work, Super Vegeta. But again, training items as the reward. So not too sure. Let's see what medals we did get from going on that left path. What ones is it going to give me? Yep, new record. Yeah, so it was the gold ones. Maybe I did go left the first time. So right will be the rainbow ones. I guess there is only one way to find out. Because, yeah, I guess that would make the most sense. Because if they made it so that the rainbow medals only dropped from a random chance from the boss, like I said, I've now done this stage 3 times and not had a single one drop. So that would be a massive inconvenience to a lot of people, because obviously these stages cost stamina, unlike a normal EZA. So for me, with my account rank being so high, it's obviously not that big of an issue because I have a lot of stamina. But somebody else who is on a slightly newer account might not be as fortunate, and you're only going to get a few runs at a time. So that could definitely be a big downside alongside the unit restriction. So you guys are gonna have to let me know what you think down below. It's very strange that they've brought out an event that is so restrictive. Now obviously 3 of the 4 units you have to use are from the very recent free-to-play events. I mean, they even make it so you have to have completed those events to even be able to take on this particular one. So obviously it's more than likely that you're gonna have those units fully maxed out already, so that's not as big of an issue. But the fact that it comes down to the Perfect Cell being really the only decent leader to use outside of the LR androids, but again, their leader skill not so great, but they're probably the only one that's most common that everyone's going to have. And then everybody else, all the other free-to-play units that people are going to be likely to have, none of them really have particularly good leader skills. So obviously if you have that in Perfect Cell, you're in luck, but if you don't, it's definitely a weird way to build the team. So it'll be interesting to see what they do in the future with these kind of events, because obviously the free-to-play units that have gotten EZAs in the past, they either had their own EZA stage, or like the Broly movie free-to-play units, you got their medals just from doing the normal EZA stage, and it dropped their medals as well as the ones for Broly himself. So very strange. Not sure if we're going to see this kind of thing in the future. The general consensus that I've seen is that people aren't particularly happy, so I guess there are probably a few people out there that are finding it difficult to make the right team, or teams that will function quite easily. Because as you can see, like, obviously we're not struggling, we're not going to lose, but the event is definitely not just walk in and win in one turn, unless you get, you know, double crit supers from Vegeta. But yeah, anyone who doesn't have a box quite on the level of mine, I think is going to find this a lot more difficult. So very weird. So we got training items again as the drop. Let's see, did we get the rainbow medals from the gold? I'm hoping we did, because then that does make it at least a little bit more straightforward in how to do this. So okay, yeah, that is how you get them. Okay, well, that's good. So at least getting the medals is not actually that complicated. So the biggest issue, I guess, then for most people is going to be the stamina cost. 25 stamina to do the last stage, which you will need to run at least 4 times to get all of their medals. So, I mean, I have 226 stamina at max, and it's probably going to cost me all of that to just fully EZA one of the 2 characters. So very weird. Not sure how I feel about the event being like that, but there you go. I'm in no huge rush to fully EZA them, so I'll finish them off probably over the course of tomorrow, and then get videos up of them tomorrow evening, fully Extreme Z Awaken. So, but anyway, let me know what you guys think down below. Are you able to make a team like mine that is decent enough to at least get through this without giving you huge amounts of headaches? Have you actually fully EZA'd yours already? I'm sure there's a lot of people who jumped on this as soon as the event was available. And like I said, any confusion in terms of unlocking the event, what units you can use, obviously I showed it at the beginning of the video, so you can obviously always pull that up, or just go to the wiki and all that information can be found on there. So anyway, that is going to be it for the video, guys. I hope you found this helpful. If you were in any way confused, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. You can follow me on Twitch or join my Discord. The link is in the description below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.